best of the
Commander.
We are no regrets. What's the plan? GSL. In the service of ire.
Welcome back to the GSL Code A, and unlike what the Zelt said, we don't just serve ire here. We're actually about all the races in StarCraft 2. Nobody out there better think that's like some sort of secret message trying to mind control people to search for Protoss.
Well, we are proving it right now with showing a Terran versus Zerg, which doesn't include a single Protoss player. But before we head into the match, here's the result of the last game. Mana against ASD. ASD played well, advanced to the next round. Mana, unfortunately, therefore out of Code A. But before we head into the next game, I really want to say thank you to Mana once again for giving us this short interview, especially after losing the set. This is something that a lot of players will do. And once again, as already mentioned, you can add both players on Twitter at MouseMana and at FXOASD. Those are the two Twitter accounts of the two guys. And now we're heading into our next match.
And here they are. Maru Prime, one of the youngest players to ever be in Codes, if not the youngest, I believe he was. He's in the up and downs currently. He's up against Effort, who was seeded based on his performance. Now, this is going to be an exciting match who determines actually who will play against ASD in the next round. The winner of this, of course, moves on to the second round, and anyone who makes it to the second round does get an up and down spot.
And this is going to be a pretty sick game. At first, if you ever would have asked, like, if someone would have asked me, like, say 5 weeks ago, okay, who do you think is going to win this? I would have said Maru, no question about it. But we've seen great play out of Effort in every single broadcasted match that we two casted so far. So I'm not quite sure how much he improved, and right now I would say that Maru might still be a little bit the favorite with the additional experience that he has. But Effort played so well in the matches that we've casted, and since then he had a lot of time to prepare for this match in particular. So Maru might find himself up against an opponent that he can't beat. This is, for me, a game that has a 50-50 chance of being won by either one of those players.
I would agree, and Maru is such an aggressive player, loves to do heavy Hellion play, and Mech against Zerg. We'll see if Effort can deal with his style. The young Terran up against a legend here at the GSL Code A round of 48. Your cast, of course, are Haldor and Wolf.
You never dealt with this before. You changed your grip, you know you did. We will not take no more. And at the end it's your sacrifice.
Well, we are loading up here. The map, of course, Entombed Valley.
Trapped in the loading screen, exactly. And our Terran versus Zerg is starting here with the first map, and of course really important is that we have one really good Terran opponent that Effort was able to beat. It happened in the WCS South Korea. It was actually Gumio. Effort took down the strong FXO Terran player with the 2-0, didn't drop a single map in the best of 3, and now we have him up against a Prime player. Starting to the bottom right. In red is our Terran player for the Prime team. It's the Marine Prince, aka
Maru Prime.
This guy, known for being cheesy and all-inish, but has since changed the style up dramatically.
Really short, by the way.
Yes, extremely so. It's misleading in the booth.
To the top left, we have his opponent, a very, very strong Zerg player, Casper player for CJ Entus, and this guy is all about the...
CJ Entus Effort.
Wow. Could that have been any more fragmented?
That was a very dynamic intro here for Effort.
He likes to sit low in his chair.
One thing about Maru, by the way, Maru was practicing a lot with Mana for a variety of games, and earlier on in the studio, Mana basically saw him for the first time. So he walked up to Maru and just said to him, like really fast in English, "Hey Maru, it's me, Mana, and I just want to wish you very good luck for your games today." And Maru of course can't speak any English, so he didn't even know what was hitting him. He was just standing there, and you could see panic in his face as he was trying to figure out what was going on. But right now, what's going on in this game is actually a proxy 11-11.
11-11. Very fast. And oh, wow.
This is one of the things where we have the scouting drone just missing the 2 barracks. Wow, if this drone would have gone to the left side in order to just avoid this abyss, she would have spotted everything. But what I wanted to say is Maru for a long time was known to be a very cheesy player. A player that would go for one base all-ins for proxy barracks, and then he completely changed his style. He played more macro games, and we haven't seen a strategy like this for a long time from Maru. But we've seen just in recent games how strong an 11-11 can be these days, especially alive, executing a very, very strong proxy barracks play against his opponent earlier today.
Yeah. And there is a shot of effort as he reacts to this. He just saw the proxy barracks. Now, of course, he already knew about that there was some sort of proxy going on because he did not see anything in the main. He checked for command centers.
But what is really important right now is that, of course, with a late scout, he cannot attack the SCVs. If he would have scouted those two barracks earlier, he could have tried to take down an SCV and therefore delay everything a lot further. And look at this mirror. Oh, the SCV spots the Overlord. If the Overlord dies, that would be horrible, but it's far to the top of the map, and Maru isn't sending any Marines there. Now he goes straight for the attack.
And 4 drones here off the line, including the scouting drone, and he hides the Marine behind the bunker.
Really well done. High ground vision would, of course, also be awesome for him, but he is out of sight of the range anyways. But it would help him a lot to defend this bunker, and he's building another one on high ground. But Effort is not playing too greedy. Nice! Picks off the SCE. Really important here, and he builds the oh-so-important spine crawler.
He even saved the drone, actually, that was attacking there, so he actually still has that alive. The lings are out. I think that Effort has held here. He's going to go for reinforcements, but unfortunately it loses too many hit points on those lings. They're not going to be able to catch anything like that.
The first bunker is done, and now Effort is building additional Zerglings, also the Queen, but the spine crawler will finish.
The spine is not going to allow this bunker to finish. And there's just too many lings and the spine all together. Maru can't deal with all this, so he'll have to cancel the bunker.
There's the Queen, really well done by Effort so far. Cancel on the bunker happens immediately, and now Maru finds himself in a very awkward position because how does he transition? What is he going to do? Will we see him trying to build up another base? And yes, there it is, not going for an immediate double, triple, quadruple barracks play. Tries to make this work, but this is going to be really, really dangerous, especially since Effort is adding additional Queens to block the ramp.
He's not blocking it yet, though, and he gets up.
Okay, this is a nice move by Effort and the best thing that he could hope for so far.
Yeah, and actually from here, Maru could try to camp the natural on the high ground, but he's going to go for the main SCV line, or rather drone line.
And as said earlier, this is a strategy that Maru used for a long time, so he is definitely, he knows how to execute this well. And look how well his Marine positioning is now between the buildings, trying to limit the surface area for Zerglings.
Yeah, look at this.
And drone drill.
He's trying to drone drill it, but so many workers are being lost. This is exactly what Maru needed.
But now there are the Queens, and they do damage to the Marines quite a lot. They force them out of the mineral patches, and the Zerglings can attack. 5 workers killed by Maru. To be honest with you, Wolf, I don't think it is enough.
Yeah, I mean, with 6 in production, he just replaces them instantly. And Maru lost so much time on his command center. He's going for a second wave of attacks, but the spine core is pretty much healed up. He will kill these lings in the middle of the map, though, if they run into him.
Effort with a good play, and now Maru following things up not only with one expansion, but he goes for the second command center.
And he makes it at the third.
Yes, pretty risky. Also in vision of Effort's Overlord.
Yeah, he sees everything. Now the barracks have gone home. Double gas already taken from Maru. Would not be surprised if he switches into mech. This is a map that's really common for mech, and Maru is really good at meching. He's done it several times. He's shown his skill in that regard. Spinecrawler moved up to the ramp so that the Marines can no longer poke. He's going to try, but I think this is a bad choice.
It's a great opening for Effort at this point. He has the defense with those few Queens and the Spinecrawler. We have additional barracks now for Maru, who tries to follow this up. He just tries to be a little bit greedy. He knows that he's behind right now. He couldn't really make this work. His opponent has the Queens available. He has not overcommitted to Zerglings. He was only building as many Zerglings as he needed to. The rest of the lava was used to build more drones, which is basically now expressed by the 30 against 25 harvesters. But look at this. A Queen actually dies. A nice poke by the Prime player.
Wow. That takes a lot of guts, actually, to be able to make that kind of poke.
Walking up the ramp, exactly. He
against that many Queens on a spine crawler that he, like you said, he didn't even know was even there. Now we see double factory going down. These barracks are just going to be to buffer some Marines out until he gets all of his gases up. He may go for that double Hellion attack with Blue Flame and a bunch of Marines as well. It's another option that we've seen a lot of players doing, especially recently in Korea.
What's really important for Maru now is that he knows what's going on in regards to the third base. He actually is able to take down, he's able to take down one of the creep tumors, or was it cancelled? I think it was actually killed.
I think it was killed as well. I won't
Let's check
but
that. Yes, it was actually killed. Really well done. But at this point, there's no third base for Effort. The rocks are still in position. But Effort is going for Roach circling. He has a lot of links building and he has the speed. And Overlord dies here. He can put pressure onto the third base, but Maru is now following things up. There's another scan. Really well done to take down the creep tumors.
Yeah, and he sees all the lings as well.
But he will lose the Marines.
Yeah, he's got to think about bunkering up back home because this is a situation he's in now where he just lost a ton of units. He knows there's a lot of lings on the map, and he's got to be defensive.
Yeah,
even though he's got the Hellions coming out, it's with the Roach follow-up, it can be really deadly.
He's really blind at this point. He doesn't know exactly what's going on. He has no clue. There's a Bailing Nest too. Now the double engineering bay. Here come 10 Roaches. He has a Bailing and Roach composition with a Speedling follow-up, and him going for the kill at the rocks is like the worst thing that he can do right now if Effort really tries to commit to this, and it looks like he will.
Yeah, not only does he kill the rocks, but Effort knows he's killing the rocks, so he actually will probably just go for the attack at the rocks where he doesn't have to bust. It's a tough angle, but it's one that can work.
16 Banelings. Remember that it takes quite a lot of Banelings to take down a barracks. You need 8 in total, so right now it's a little bit tricky for him. But with all these Roaches up against only Hellion Marines, that's something that he can definitely pull off. He will spot it, but a little bit too late. Yep, the first Hellion is already dead. He could have lost a lot more here, but oh, they're heading right into the Banelings. Nice micro here.
Oh wow, that was a lot of...
That's actually a really nice execution. Nice unit control here by Maru. This helps him a ton.
But he's still in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
The Marines are splitting, but he can actually just use the Roaches and save the Banelings for later.
Yep.
Oh, that was a great hit.
Really well done. He wants to reduce the number of Banelings here. And nice positioning with the barracks now. But the bunker is dying.
Yeah, he's trying to get the bunker up here. He won't, but the bunker at the natural will go up.
He's waiting for Marauders, and the more time that he can buy, the better for him. This is a really good defense by Maru so far.
He needs to target those Banes, and so far so good.
Look at this defense. Look at this.
This is insane, but the next wave of Banelings may be too much. He needs to pull up.
He's trying to take them down, and he's killing them one by one. What a defense! The Marine Prince is going in. Effort was in the best position possible, but suddenly it's Maru who takes charge in the game. Can he defend against the Link follow-up?
Yeah, it's going to look really difficult here. The Marauders have been isolated down at the bottom of the ramp. The Hellions remain alive. They're the most important part of this defense. He brings SVs to block. He blocks most of the links, making them funnel through. More SVs in the natural coming down. He's got the medevacs to heal that Marauder.
And the Marauder is being blocked by SCVs as well. Really well done. He secures everything with his medevacs. This is an amazing defense, but yes, it looks like Effort might just have enough to break through. It's going to be so close though. Look at those Roaches evaporating one after another. They die, and the Banelings morphed at the bottom of the ramp are now immediately being tagged.
He attacks them, he stims again. The Hellions want to do the most damage possible here. Effort does lose so many of his Banelings, but a few of them will complete. He just has to target them, and he does. Great control by Maru.
Maru is doing an amazing job here. 38 against 36 Harvesters. We have 2 base against 2 base with a double mule still available to the Terran player. And he defends. He holds again.
The second wave of units, though, coming through. I guess you could call this the second wave. He's been streaming them across constantly, but this is the second wave of Roaches. This is the scary force that Maru will have to contend with. Those barracks are not going to complete. He does not have bunkers.
He has Marauders now. This is so much better than earlier, but he still has to make this work somehow. He's going immediately for the stutter step, trying to make this work against the Roaches. This is an amazing defense by Maru, but Effort is still attacking. Look at these pickups. It is crazy, but the Lings, they might be too much. The Hellions!
Look at this control! Oh my god, the Vikings swap out! He makes Vikings to the medevacs, and Maru is taking a supply lead! The last of the Roaches starting to fall here! This Marauder's alive with 16 kills!
Got to be kidding me!
He's got 1-1 upgrades, and he has done it! He has held at least this wave. The second wave is held. He's held the second wave!
Wow!
The worker count right now is 44 SCVs to 33 drones!
You gotta be joking! Maru with one of the best defenses that I've ever seen!
The bunker is up, Effort is dropping in supply even further. More Hellions come in, he's gonna repair those most likely. The medevac's being so useful, but I cannot believe this happened.
We still have the third orbital ready!
I have never seen anything like this.
This is crazy!
This is more inspirational than Kyrix versus Marine King, man, that I'm watching right now. I don't even know what I have seen.
This is insane, really well placed.
No
Maru
one has
uses
ever seen this
every
before.
single gap that he has. He uses his structures against his opponent. We have Effort just going for wave after wave of a barrage of attacks, and Maru takes every single one of them and plays a perfect game after this botched double barracks approach.
Oh man, he's droning up back at home. He's got the third hatchery, but Maru looks sick right now. I have never seen someone with such crisis management as I have just seen. Picking up Barrage with 12 hit points and dropping them on the high ground and picking them up, dodging individual roach shots. I don't even know if Automaton Bot 2000 could do what Maru has just done.
The Marine Prince definitely on fire
He
here.
killed
What
his
a play.
rocks. He didn't even know the push was coming. He had no idea, but when it came, he said, bring it. I am ready.
He even built Vikings to have additional units that could attack and take down these units. And just look at him clearing the creep. He knows exactly there is no way that you have anti-air. I can use everything here, and if I'm endangered with my units, I can just pick up and leave.
Yep, and he's going to get a queen. He may even get all these drones. Oh, well, this is such a good trade for Maru. Taking out some Banelings here as well. Picks up, loses a bit more than he should have, arguably, but it was still a great trade to get that queen, get a few of those drones.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Maru is now pushing out. He's going for the +2 attack upgrade already. This guy, he is building SCVs. He has 3 bases that he defends. This was really an amazing play by him, and now he is just going to take this game, I feel. If Effort doesn't suddenly pull out a rabbit out of a hat or some other miracle, then he will lose it. Even though he has decent upgrades, he's on 3 bases behind in economy, and Maru, I can't wrap my head around this.
I'm actually speechless.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like what we just saw. And I've seen a lot.
That was really well done. But now Maru is taking a 4th base. He is doing everything right. He's pushing into the 3rd base right now. The Banelings, they try. There's so many of them. But the siege tanks with good hits, a good split, and Effort drops down to 76 of like GG!
Maru takes game 1 with the sickest hold the world has ever seen. Tell your friends about this VOD. Tell everybody you know. Tell your dog doesn't speak English. I want you to explain it to him slowly and carefully so you can understand what has happened here.
Look at this smile. Effort, he doesn't know what hit him.
He doesn't, man. He doesn't know what he hit. I know what he hit, man. He hit Maru with 4 barracks on the wall with the rocks. That was insane. Hellion control. Choke point was good. Oh, the micro that we saw was insane.
Effort did everything right when he was attacked with the double barracks. He saw it. He knew what was coming. He played perfectly against it. He lost just a few units and then decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to hit you with such a strong attack. I will take you down. Goes for the attack, and Maru is just standing there taking wave after wave, just telling his opponent, well, you know what? Just bring it. I will take you down. You will not win this game. This was crazy.
It was crazy, man. I don't believe in miracles, but Maru is trying to change my mind.
I don't believe in miracles, but I believe in Maru.
Yeah, I certainly know he is real. This is insane. Effort after a situation like that. Obviously, he's going to be feeling a little bit stressed out. Just defending the 2 barracks pressure so well and deciding to go for a risky strategy that Maru did not see. He just did not even know what he was about to hit, but he just defended perfectly. It was insane what we saw. Seeing the Banelings rather, with the Hellions was the key to his defense. Actually, no, that's just step 1. But that was what allowed him to follow through with his insane micro.
Those Vikings as well, they just blew my mind. Because if you just observe a game, of course you will at some point think about, hey, why don't you just build Vikings? But doing this in the heat of the battle, and at the same time just microing with your Marauders, with your Medivacs, and making this decision to get a couple of additional units that can take down Banelings and take damage, is just such a great thing. He has such a cool and collected mind in the game. But well, Effort, on the other hand, he might have overextended himself a little bit to this attack, but in general, what he did in his decision-making, I feel, was the correct one. Effort is still not out of this, and he's a strong opponent, a very strong opponent. Can Maru repeat it? Now we have Abyssal City. Game number 2 coming up. Maru against Effort, the GSL Code A round of 48, brought to you by Kaldor and Wolf with another Terran vs. Earth.
You never dealt with this before.